Yo, yo, yo. This episode is brought to you by the spring cleaning champions, Manscaped. This season, make sure to groom your carpets and the drapes with the leaders in below-the-waist grooming. Clear out that winter bush with Manscaped Lawnmower 5.0 and watch your confidence bloom like springtime flowers. Their 5th-generation trimmer features 2 interchangeable next-gen skin-safe blade heads, a standard one for taking a little off the top, and a new file blade to go smooth wherever your heart desires. It also features dual LED spotlights to guide you through the darkest winter debris. You can take this thing wherever you want thanks to its compact case. You can use this thing wherever you want to because this bad boy is waterproof. Spring cleaning doesn't just apply to the nether regions. Get the full grooming experience with Manscaped's signature beard hedger pro kit plus handyman electric face shaver. Manscaped is always the right tool for the job. Get 20% off free shipping with the code GREENROOM at manscaped.com. Let's get into the episode.
If you see a flashlight, like a torch, that's like
5 minutes
we're wrapping up now.
I thought you said a flashlight.
Yeah.
We could get a little fucking rubber, little rubber fanny just to wave.
We do actually have flashlights.
Do you?
So we had a porn star on, Tanya Tate, and she brought us flashlight goodies.
Yeah.
And
You count them to make sure Tony didn't take one.
well, of her fanny, they're actually moulded of her
hers?
fanny. Yeah. And during the big move from Blackstock, they went missing.
Well, we had 3. 2 of them have gone missing.
Yeah, so the staff have been
2 have had them off.
allegedly, or delivery drivers.
I did when I did have a word. They gave me this calendar at the end, this like fucking pick your day that you were born thing, and there was like a little plastic fanny that I won. And it was a thing of like you don't want to take it home in front of them, but there was a part of me that was like,
You get a plastic fanny on Have a Word now.
I think they had some.
They're so behind, man.
They had some like love honey thing.
Oh, I see.
And then they were like, "What day are you born?" I was like, "The 4th." They were like, "Open that," because it was December. So they were like, "It's like an advent calendar." Do you know what I mean? It's like a love honey advent calendar.
Yeah.
So I pulled out this fucking like a sort of flashlight. Do you know what it was like? You know, you get those toys that you can sort of put your finger through like that, and it's sort of
like the
like a
like
little leg.
squidge.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh,
It was like
I love them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I sort of wanted to fuck one.
I'd probably put my dick in one.
Yeah.
Have you done it?
Probably.
Do you say?
I'd imagine so. The one that make fart noises.
No.
Do you know the fart noises?
The one I'm thinking of, it sort of rolls through itself. Do you know what I mean? It's like a little never-ending tunnel.
You want to go on that so bad?
I really want to. He's got a love honey campaign.
We do that would be a perfect fucking sponsor for us, wouldn't it?
No.
How many females do you
We're
have?
2 fat, disgusting men
That's why
who have an army of incels listen to us.
Is that what it is?
That's why it'd be perfect.
We have a live show every week and we just have so many bewildered girlfriends.
Yeah, that's
Like, this is what you listen to.
mate. That's my tour now. As well. I don't know about you, but that's my fucking tour. It's just these blokes in like vintage football shirts and Reebok trainers, and then these girlfriends, and the amount of them because I was doing merch at the end of my tour, and the amount of them like the girlfriends come up and they'll say something, they'll be like, "I actually really enjoyed that." It's always actually.
It's like,
It's always like, I thought I was gonna fucking hate this. You were actually alright.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we've had a lot of the girls dragged.
Yeah. I had a message off a Patreon. He's coming with his beard, his niece, and her fella. His beard's seen bits, but his niece has not seen anything. And they're coming to a live show. I was like,
Oh, we had a guy in last week. He's come with his mum and stepdad. So he's on the second row. And I went, "Oh, we've got Wayne Lineker in." He's a double of Wayne Lineker, wasn't he?
Right.
That guy. Was you in?
No, I wasn't there, that one. But
You've seen it, though. You've seen him. He's the double of Wayne Lineker. And he'd never watched us before, so he just thinks he's getting insulted. And he was so fucking aggressive, wasn't he?
Was it?
Yeah.
Did he say something back to you?
Yeah, he was like, we asked him what his name was, and he gave a fake name and all this, this stuff
hate
that men think. Oh, you've got the comedian here. You're going to tell me name's Ron. It's not Ron. Steve. Fuck off, mate. And he's like, "What are you doing, mate?" And he went, "Fucking you up." I went, "Okay, for fuck's sake." Bringing your fucking mum and dad to his comedy shows. Come on your own. There's a lot more honour in that.
Jacob moved since the start.
Oh, God. Berating him.
No, I was just checking to still in focus. It just isn't a great.
Have you done live screen rot?
Yeah, we've done 2, and we're doing. We announced a tour this week actually. So it's gone on sale to patrons, and then it's on general sale tomorrow, Friday.
Get on that.
Yeah.
Screen rot pod. I'm sick at plugging me.
You do the best ads.
I'm great at ads. We got sacked from an advert from a sponsor.
Which one?
Better Help.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The therapy guys?
Yeah.
What did you say?
I said it's all the con, you should kill yourself, but if you don't want to, Better Help. They took umbrage of it. And that's the
exact sort of sponsor you should have for this though. Alcohol and then therapy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's Friday night and then Sunday.
I want some Bookies affiliates.
Is that? Yeah. Why have you not been approached with that yet?
No.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, because you see all these sort of like football YouTuber, football fucking podcaster people who are always like, use Tom Garrett 10 and you get a tenner off with Unibet or whatever. That is mental. You've not been given that yet.
I got asked to promote an online tipster.
Oh, really?
Where you pay £50 a month.
Yeah. Which one?
It's called Insider Edge. But I said no, because I don't want to plug paid tips. Do you know what I mean?
Why?
I just think it's a dodgy little area.
Do you not reckon they're all legit, the tipsters?
No.
I follow a few of them. Do you know the Mush? Do you know him?
Racing Twitter is a bomb site, mate.
It's
I
so good,
fucking love racing.
Do you know
Twitter.
the Mush? Do you know the Mush?
No, I'm not into racing.
Fucking hell, this guy.
It's in Bristol, isn't it?
No, it's Portsmouth. It's Portsmouth.
Portsmouth.
It's a very, very weird accent. It's the only place around there where you have that accent. It's somewhere between sort of Giza, like London, and as you say, like fucking
West Country.
It's very, all right, mate. Oh, fucking mush, come on. Like it's a mad accent. And this guy, he's been to jail because he was fucking over the bookies, wasn't he? He was fucking around. Him and his dad conned the bookies for years. Went to jail, came out. He's a tipster now, but he's barely in the UK because there's so many people who want to fucking kill him.
Yeah.
So he's just going around Thailand. Fucking
shagging prostitutes,
filming himself shagging prostitutes. He will literally film himself like fucking snogging a prostitute like that, and use that as a kind of, this is the life I can afford because my tips are so. If you want to live like me, mate, if you want to get yourself out to Thailand and fucking shag a load of girls like this, you got to get on my tips. It's fucking amazing.
I love racing Twitter is so exponentially great. It's like the circuit, Joe, where there's like little fat goths and bitching and backstabbing and alliances.
They
and
all
cliques.
hate each other. They hate each other.
And now there's tipster exposer Twitter.
Oh, mate, yeah.
Where they then have a rivalry on who exposes better.
Who's better is exposing them. Yeah. It started off that there was like a league table of the tipsters of who was up, who was down, who had more wins than the others. And then the people making the league tables was like, your league table's shit. So there's now league tables of who's got the best league table. It's fucking mental, man. It's so good.
They get called out, everyone gets called out. They lose. Do you follow the guy, Dan Frankham?
Yeah.
He's a madman.
He's fucking funny.
He's proper. He's one of the hated ones, isn't he? Like, I just watch it from afar, but he's really.
He's been accused of some bad stuff, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think. Well, they all do, don't they? All cheat and stuff.
They all have fucking mad lives. Like I think it was racing blogger. You know him?
Oh yeah.
Stephen
Power.
Stephen Power. I'm pretty sure it was him. His house got smashed up by the mush. So I'm actually quite careful of how I speak about the mush online now.
Yeah.
Because this fucking racing blogger guy, he filmed himself once coming home, and like his car's been smashed up, the fucking windows of his house have been done, and then whoever's done it has spray painted like, at mush tips on the side of his house after doing it. They're fucking terrifying people.
Mate, racing Twitter is just fucking amazing.
That's like mafia shit, that, isn't it?
Yeah. Expect at Cheltenham last week, obviously just gone.
How'd you get on?
I really won.
Did you?
Yeah, I was up about 2,400, something like that.
Is that the best Cheltenham you've had?
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, it's up there.
You're not known as a successful.
I'm not known. I'm not known as being a success, but Cheltenham tend to do well. Last 2 Cheltenhams have been really profitable.
Yeah.
This one was really good. I was one away from 25 bags. Got on the Thursday, the first 2 winners, 18-1, 12-1, going on to 10-1, which lost, but still won £2,500 off that bet. Because a lot of the favourites got beat, a lot of the fancied horses got beat. All these tipsters, they just tweet favourites. They just tip favourites and just say, I have 5 points on it, like your maximum bet on Ballyburn or whatever.
Yeah.
And they all lost, and then they all started calling it a con and stuff.
Yeah, they all got fucked on Constitution Hill, didn't
Yeah,
they?
that
was a big one. There's a video of that Stephen Power watching Constitution Hill go down. And it was like the end of the week, wasn't it? And
that was Galloping Deschamps.
Sorry, that was it.
In the pub.
Yeah.
And then someone behind him's obviously got, I know the way you're thinking. But his best one ever was Enable. Have you seen the Enable one?
No.
So this was a few years ago in France. Enable, it won the Arc. I think it's won 2 Arcs. I'm just going for a third, which is, unprecedented. And he had his biggest ever anti-post bet on it. I think he had £5,000 at 5-1. So to win 30 grand in total. And she's leading with half a furlong to go. It pissed down rain, really heavy ground. So it gets quite soft in France anyway. Yeah. Really heavy ground. And she's winning. And she looks for the world she's going to win. And he comes sprinting out from the stands and going, "Go on, Enable! History! History! History!" Oh, she's beat. Oh, fucking amazing.
It's painful. I don't know how you do it.
When I'm watching a race, though, I go so partridge.
Really?
If I'm winning, I'm like, come on, fulfill your destiny.
Fulfill your destiny. It's a fucking horse. It doesn't want to be there. There's fucking animal rights people queued up outside being like, leave the horses alone. Yeah. You're telling them to fulfill their
your destiny. Get the glue factor.
Make your dreams come true.
You gotta want it. I'm like a Sunday League manager. Like, go on, you gotta want it.
Fucking hell. Mates of mine that I grew up with, they used to watch it, but they used to get really on it whilst watching it, and they sent me videos, and they're like, it's 2 of them, Joe and Kim, and they fucking, they'd be like naked on each other's backs, fucking like doing all that, like, as they're watching it. It's a dirty way to live. Like sat in a living room, curtains closed, watching that. It's fucking bleak.
I fucking love it, man. Something existential, living vicariously through. We do it with football.
Yeah.
Obviously, you get so passionate about football, and when you take a step back from it, you think, I'm living vicariously through Fernandez or Saka or Salah, whatever. And you're like, I'm relying on another man for my happiness here.
Completely.
I'm relying on another species.
The only thing more pathetic than projecting your life on 22 blokes you've never met is a fucking animal. An animal that wouldn't fucking look at you if it passed. That's the funniest.
So how long do horses normally last? Like, obviously sometimes they end up having to get shot or whatever, but a normal average, not like the best, an average
probably
horse, how long will that run
like
for?
Like mid-20s, 30.
So it'll run for 30 years?
Oh, it won't run. No.
That's what I mean. So how long are they racing
on the
for?
jumps, so the jumps are, there's 2 types of horse racing, the flat and the jumps. The flat is where all the money is.
Yeah.
It's proper, like, it's lopsided. It's like the London circuit, all the fucking doors there, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're in the north, like fucking the northwest circuit. It's cooler, it's better, but ultimately we won't have a career.
Fucking say that. That's not what's happened in the last 5 years, is it? That's not what's happened in the last 5 years.
Against the odds. So flat horses, really good flat horses, they'll retire at 4, 3 or 4 years old.
Shit.
And just go to stud and shag for like 100 grand a shag. Whereas the jumps horses, they have the willies chopped off to calm them down, so they get gelded.
Not the balls, the willies.
They actually get their whole cocktail.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
So they become gelded. So there's no value to them in
Because they
retirement.
can't breathe.
Yeah.
They can't breed, so they just just run around till you're 12. And when they're 12, what's sad is when they get to about 11, 12, there's a veteran circuit.
No.
And it's just like, oh, these once great horses, like, just fucking retire them, mate. Just fucking wheeling him out, like, fucking knackered.
No cock.
They've got
no cock.
no cock. A shit jockey on to, like, give them experience.
Yeah.
And they're like, just fucking retire. That's cruel. watching these 12, 13-year-olds, which is... It's like we're watching Masters football.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
yeah,
And
yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
just let them fucking die.
Del Piero again. Del Piero and Cannavaro dragged out for another fucking charity match in
Watching
Dubai.
Merson trying to drop his shoulder because his skin, just fucking let him retire.
He's done his bollocks again. He's done his bollocks again. Merson's got a Sunday team just to get a mortgage paid.
I love Merson's book, you know.
I love Merson.
I love him.
Merson for me is what pundits should be. Like I'm not accusing him of being drunk, but he still talks like he drinks. Do you know what I mean? He still talks like a drinking man when you watch him on telly or when you watch him on podcasts and stuff.
I like the fact he can't pronounce names and stuff.
No,
I think there's endearing because it's like watching it with someone in the pub, like a dad in the pub,
yeah.
and they can't pronounce like an Eastern European name. Do you know what I mean?
No.
And
And they're not doing it to be horrible.
No.
They're not doing it to be like disrespectful. They just don't know what it's fucking called.
It's like, there's a Z there. What am I meant to do with that?
If that Georgian kid, you know that Georgian kid who's gone to PSG from
Gareth
Napoli.
Shelley,
Can you say it?
Yeah, because Theon fucking shags him.
Oh
doesn't
god,
he,
yeah,
so.
he doesn't shut up about him, does he? Yeah. Mate, I've never even met Theon, and he texted me about that fucking player at fucking 2 in the morning on a Saturday.
That's his beak chat.
yeah. Some
Like,
fucking Georgian footballer. That he's like fucking projected all these ideas that he's this fucking like communist hero.
Yeah.
The guy probably doesn't give a fuck about anything like that. Do you know what I mean? But Theon's fucking. He thinks he's this like Soviet hero. But if that guy had come to the Premier League, the amount of dads who'd be so fucked. Do you know what I mean? The amount of dads who would have no idea what to say when he scores a goal.
You know, one thing I don't like about pundits as well is how everyone gets, I got you, because they get a prediction wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like, they've been put on the spot to say who's going to win the league and stuff. And then just because that team have a shit season,
They've all got to be like the thing is, that I think people don't get is like they've all got to pick someone and they've all got to pick someone different. Do you know what I mean? They can't all sit there and go, "Oh, Man City." Do you know what I mean? There's got to be a little bit of variety for the sake of conversation. So it's like, of course, 90% of them are going to be wrong.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just nowadays is like the fucking, and this is like one of my most like your dad opinions.
I love you, dad.
Oh mate, I'd say influencers on television talking about football. I can't fucking do it, man.
Yeah.
I don't care. I know it's not good, but you know that old panel. You know the old Saturday panel of like
Charlie Nicholas,
Jim Rosenthal.
Tom.
Yeah. That for me, that's when it was good. And now fucking Chunks and some fucking idiot. Do you know what I mean? And do you know what they always do now? It's always like, because I think what they've realised is if you just talk about who won last week, that content's dead in a day. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So now it's just constantly
who's better, Salah or Ronaldo?
Unreal Ronaldo, unreal Salah. Do you know what I mean? All this fucking stuff, and it's like, who cares? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think as well, like they get people like that pure.
Oh, you're all right. No, not mine. Oh, sorry. This is, remember the taxi driver I was telling you about?
Oh yeah. Hey.
What's your TikTok again? Liverpool Nat. Go follow Liverpool Nat on TikTok. Cheers, thanks for that, though. Appreciate that.
That was sick though.
I told you. I got an Uber here and Liverpool Nat just showed me a TikTok thing. I said, you should change your name to the Taxi Queen. I think that's a good little brand for you there.
Sounds a bit.
So I'm going to do stand-up next week. What, you heard her here first.
There you go. She's
discovered new talent.
She's got a plug now, but fucking walking in.
Fucking forgot my
She knew they weren't your headphones. She just wanted to get a plug in. She just wanted to get a plug on.
I thought, is she back? What's she back for?
She followed you too.
I said, just drop your name in an open mic. You'll be sound.
Yeah, and she thought, fuck that, I'm good.
I'm coming in.
I'm coming on the podcast.
That's how he got a job. That's how he got the job.
Literally, it's how I got the job.
He gave a lift to Binter and ended up producing this pod.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
So I did used to do this like in uni and stuff. Ended up getting bored of that job, so I went on a taxis, and then I got Binty. I recognised him from years ago. I was like, do you own HotWater? And then he said, they haven't got a producer at the minute.
Wow.
So then I sent him an email like, this is going to sound a bit mad. I know I'm a taxi driver, but here's my show reel on TV. And
I've done it before.
Yeah, I've done a little trial, and then now they've got me doing it all.
Wow.
You ever shot your shot?
This is. I'm now thinking. I'm like, all I need to do is get in the right taxi in Liverpool, and I could do anything. I could fucking pitch myself for anything. I could be in the next Bonnie Blue video by just getting in the right cab in fucking Liverpool. It's like, there's that TikTok guy who walks around and goes, "Excuse me, have you got a dream?" It's like that's like the Liverpool taxi scene. You can just say whatever you want, and you can fucking end up anywhere. She's on the fucking podcast now. You're making the podcast.
That's how lazy we are with booking guests.
Mate, when I get back to London, all these fucking new acts will be like, how'd you get a spot of hot water? It's like, you just got to get in a cab. Just get in a cab.
Do the knowledge.
Get your licence. Get registered with Uber. And you just find Jamie Hutchinson. Pretend he's lost his headphones in your ear.
Man, I did it. I had to interview him. And I was just so hungover. I was like, listen, can you do it?
He interviewed you?
Yeah. I interviewed him for the
That's
job.
fucking mental.
That's bad.
You doing job interviews? Imagine that's the boss you're trying to impress.
Gave him like screenshots of all his work and all that. And I was just head down. I went, "Do you want a pint, lad?" He went, "A pint?" Yeah. I went, "Oh, listen, I've been sent a list of questions," because Paul was meant to do it, the owner.
What, Binty sent you like interview questions to
He
ask?
was like, just make sure. I went, yeah, well, I went, listen, do you like editing? I went, yeah, can you do it? Yeah. You got the job. Just don't knife me for 10 minutes. I was literally
Second question was, do you want a pint? And I said no, because one, I was about to go and film with them, and two, I was just like, I'm not drinking. You know what I mean? I was just trying to stay level-headed.
Yeah.
And I was like, I failed.
That's what they do.
I failed.
Every job interview at Hot Water, they just send you out. Ask someone if they want a pint. Doorman, fucking bar staff, it doesn't matter. And if they drink with you, they can't have a fucking job.
That's sorry. Nah, they're going to be poisoned. Get them off. Yeah. Mad though,
I liked that little... I used to interview teenage girls. Obviously, it's part of my job.
You do look like someone who like would be cornered in a Morrison's car park. I'm saying, have you been interviewing teenage girls on the internet? I pretended to be a teenager online so that you would interview me.
I've done that. I'm just getting into you. I used to work for a hairdressing academy, so I had to interview wannabe hairdressers.
How old were you?
It was my last job before stand-up, so 28, 29.
Oh, what, you were doing it while you were doing stand-up?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why were you?
What? I was a bum.
You worked for
Hairdressing academy.
What?
Why
did they hire you?
Hogwarts for hair.
Can you cut hair?
No.
So why did they hire you?
I'm in sales, so I used to get salons to take on these girls. So
you worked in recruitment? You worked in recruitment? You just don't want to say you worked in recruitment. You fucking worked in recruitment?
I didn't work in recruitment.
You worked in recruitment? What the fuck is that job if that's not recruitment? I worked in sales. What were you fucking selling? You worked in recruitment.
I'd rather say I was a trafficker than a recruiter. I'd rather be a tape brother than an apprentice candidate.
There's less shame.
Recruitment's lower than fucking
There's
trafficking.
less shame in moving kids for money than there is in working in recruitment.
Fucking slugging lettuce Christmas dude, I don't think so.
Be at one on a Friday at 4:30. Dangerous time to be a pint of Brewdog.
All Secret Santa is just swapping Stephen Bartlett's book.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck that one.
So you used to interview.
Yeah, you've interviewed teenage girls and get a vibe, but the good.
Get a vibe.
What?
It's so badly.
Imagine have you got kids? You
No.
got kids? Have you not got kids?
No.
I've got a kid. I've got two. I've got a 4-year-old girl. Right. Imagine in for like fucking 12 years time. Do you know where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
12 years time, she goes, yeah, I want to be a hairdresser, Dad. I was like, yeah, sick. Does a little fucking B-Tech. And then he goes, right, you got to go meet this man. It's fucking him.
Can you drop me off? And you see him sat on the bench.
What did he ask you? He asked me if I wanted a pint. That's a bit of a red flag. That's a bit of a red flag. The thing is, though, it's a ruthless industry, hairdressing, man. Hairdressing is brutal. So we had loads of different salons, some in the city centre and some in like rough districts of Manchester, you know. What are you doing? You're making me nervous.
I was looking for my phone.
So you'd interview, I'd say 70% of these girls are just coming here because they've not got any GCSEs and it's their last option.
There's nothing to do.
There's nothing to do. So they don't want it and they're unmotivated. They just shrug through their interview.
Yeah.
And you have to give them a score out of 10 and it's like fucking painful. And then every now and then you get a girl who really loves hairdressing, comes from a family of hairdressers, really dedicated, really wants to do it.
This person. What are you on about? You never get a fucking hairdresser who comes from a family.
You do?
Really?
Fucking
You
men.
do?
It's like a thing they pass
I'm from
out.
a family of cleaners.
You're a fucking comedian. You've never cleaned anything in your fucking life. What are you talking about?
I bought them
This
all.
fucking bollocks.
I bought them all.
I'm starting to think you are a fucking child trafficker. This is bollocks. Every now and then you'd get one who came from a family of hairdressers. When have you ever had your hair cut and they go, well, this is what my dad did, so I inherited the scissors. What else can I do?
Then you started, what, going to law? No son of mine's going into law.
You carry on the tradition like your grandfather.
Scissors, son.
You think I wanted to clip hair? You think I wanted to do?
So I said to my manager, I went, oh, look, I've got this girl here. She's a 9 out of 10 interview style.
That was dangerous for a minute, wasn't it? Fucking hell.
I recommend her for like a posh city centre salon because they're very particular about who they want.
You're like the sorting hat.
I'm like the sorting hat. That's all right, yeah. A family of hairdressers. And he peered into like the interview room. He went, oh, is it her? I went, yeah. She went, oh, she's not city centre.
What do you mean?
I went, what? I went, she's not city centre. And she was too fat to work in a city centre salon. Because they are so concerned about, you know, the image and stuff. They wouldn't take this fat girl on, even though she so wanted to be a hairdresser.
So what happened to her?
I had to send her to Eccles. Some fucking hairdressers in the garage. Yeah.
Yeah. Had to send her off to the enchanted forest to be a Ravenclaw.
Go and cut Hagrid's beard. That's all you're good for. So then you're like quite pressured into sort of rating them on attractiveness, and they're like 16-year-old girls. It's so fucking
Yeah, it's weird, that, isn't it?
really creepy.
Yeah.
So that's why I left.
That's fucking. Is that really why you left?
That's why I left. That's part of the reason why I left.
Yeah. What's the rest of it? Comedy going well enough?
No, I got so pissed. I just didn't go back in for a week because I didn't turn up for 2 days, and the anxiety was building up till Monday. I just deleted everyone's number and quit. Just didn't go back. I've still officially worked there.
They're still waiting.
3 years ago.
They're like a kid whose dad's walked out and they've still got hope that Jamie's going to come back one day.
Just one fat girl in the interview room. Is he coming back?
Any minute now.
Yeah. He's just gone to get clippers.
No, man.
Yeah, it's ruthless.
That was, I can't believe that was your last job.
That was my last job.
This
Yeah.
full time.
Yeah.
Swap that for this, and now you get to pick the prettiest podcast producers to come and work
pick the pretty
for
ones.
us.
Yeah,
He's City centre.
yeah.
I mean, I haven't got
he's-
a camera, so I'm not sitting.
Well, yeah,
He's not half a word.
I don't want to slag him off while he's not here, but the fact that Tony is fucking City centre and you're not, that's crazy.
He's not having a
That's
word.
crazy.
I mean,
it
says
could
a
be
lot.
worse. You could have got dead men. Are we
I
the
mean, I
ugliest
don't know.
pod? We might be the ugliest pod.
No.
You reckon?
I think we might be up there, you know.
Yeah.
I think we might be up there.
There's uglier than you guys.
Mm.
Do you know what though? As I'm saying this, I'm like, podcasts are generally decent looking, aren't they?
Yeah, shits and gigs are good looking, man.
Which
Said
ones are
that
those
before.
guys?
What?
Which ones are shits and gigs?
Shits and gigs are Fuhad and James. Huge.
I was just saying all over like TikTok and Instagram
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Alright. The Scottish lads, some laugh. They're quite.
Yeah.
They're
They're good looking pretending they're not, but they
Yeah,
are.
but they're sneaky good
They're
looking. That
fucking
that
rats.
Stu McPherson.
Yeah.
I've known him for years.
Yeah,
he was a
yeah.
big guy before.
What was it?
He was a big guy.
Oh.
Fucking went away for a bit. Came back looking like an Italian footballer. Like he does now, doesn't he? He
Yeah,
looks like a
yeah.
90s Italian footballer. That's
Jennings looking.
Jennings is a fucking. He looks like a Debenhams model, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He looks like he'd be fucking modelling like wedding suits or something
Yeah.
for Burton. They're all,
Buchanan.
hey, he's a good looking lad. So
Is
you reckon you could take Buchanan? Don't you? I saw that look in your eye. You're like, I'm better looking than Buchanan.
No, I don't think about looking. No chance. No, but he's like, you know, he's like Kean in Westlife, isn't he?
That's
The third,
It's slacking
wild
people.
reference.
the third best looking one.
Oh, so it's like he doesn't look as good.
Yeah,
because
he's the
surrounded
best
by
looking
two
Westlife guy. Mark.
Best
No,
looking.
Shane, obviously.
Shane McGowan.
No, Shane Filan.
Oh right, who's Shane?
Shane Filan, the head singer of
Yeah.
Westlife. The one who's
You
always
wouldn't say-
bankrupt.
You wouldn't say.
Mark, tall gay lad.
I was gonna say Rowan.
No, that's Boyzone.
Well, the Irish
Oh.
lot.
Yeah,
Love is a roller coaster. Was he boys?
that, that's Boyzone. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fucking hell, man.
Yeah. So I'd go Shane. Shane was number one.
Westlife.
Yeah. Well, Brian McFadden, I always got told I look like.
Brian McFadden's probably the best looking out of Westlife.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think Brian. What do you think? McFadden's.
I'm just looking at them now.
Can you
I don't know
see-
the names of any of them.
Can you see the look-alike between Jamie and Brian McFadden?
That's what
I
was
had
trying to say.
curtains though back in the day.
Did you really?
Yeah, for a brief while.
Oh, I don't, old Jamie maybe. Jamie now, sorry, I wouldn't say so now, but
What?
you used to have long hair, didn't you? So
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
back when you had long hair.
I
I remember when I
hair,
first
yeah.
met you, you had quite long hair.
Did you?
Yeah, do you remember when I've spent a bit of time with you at Edinburgh? You and Jack Ledo.
Yeah.
You had quite long hair then.
Long hair.
Yeah.
Or just hair.
Well, it was coming from the back, but it was still quite long. over the front, do you know?
it was all it was all scraggy, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was long though. It was long hair.
Yeah, but it weren't long out. It was long because I didn't get it cut. But like a fashion choice.
No,
It was just like greasy and
financial.
long, and it was horrible. Yeah, it was grim. Yeah, that.
Mate, that was
It was the first show I ever watched in Edinburgh.
really.
Yeah,
You don't go back much
Ever.
now, do you?
ever. I don't go at all.
He saw mine and he went, "Fuck this."
Just what this is.
Going home. I'm fucking going home. This is shit. I'm going back to the hairdressers. I'm going back to picking out children.
It's not worth it. Don't follow your dreams. It's shite.
Yeah, I remember that year you were up there and Jack. And I remember I liked you because I was like, he doesn't fucking like it here either.
Oh,
Because I hated Edinburgh and I knew you hated it. And I thought, yeah, he gets it. He fucking hates this as well.
Oh, it's just I heard rumours of like how people act in Edinburgh, like your mates and stuff, and I had so much of like mid conversation and go, Kevin Bridges' agent just clocked in.
Yeah.
So fuck, lad, he's a little nerd. Shut up.
Well, they do that thing where you'll be talking to someone like this, but you can see their eyes kind of going like that, looking over your shoulder.
And not in an
'cause there's
autism way.
No, there is a lot of that as well. There is loads of that as well.
In a cynical career way.
But yeah, they're sort of looking over your shoulder for someone more important to speak to.
As if
Yeah.
that's going to work as well. Like just walking up to them going, "Oh, hi, I'm a comedian." They'll like Kevin Bridges' agent. You'll just go, "I get this."
No, they try and
50 times,
hoodwink
like,
them to
fuck
be
off.
like laugh at all the jokes and just want to become the friend and then hope they cast them in something.
Yeah, I remember though. I was talking to someone and we were talking about another comedian, and I was like, oh, how's their run going, this other comedian? And the person I was talking to, she was like, oh, they're having, this other person, she was like, they're having a bit of a rough one, they've had some bad reviews, but they're not worried now because their main focus is making friends with big American comedians, and they've been for dinner with 2 of them this week. And it's like, he spent fucking 10 grand to do a show, and now you're trying to make friends. You're trying to make friends with American people who are going to fuck off back to America in 2 weeks' time. I don't get it.
It's psychotic.
It's very weird. It feels like school again, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I feel like what it is. I reckon if you paid like a therapist to go around and like interview like 100 of the people who really enjoy Edinburgh, what it'd be people who didn't enjoy school, who are now kind of performatively reliving school, so they get to do it on their terms. Do you know what I mean? It's people who are quite quiet and bookish at school, who didn't have much fun. They're now sort of redoing.
I've seen so many timid lads really become cunts and pretty bullies when they win a couple of competitions and stuff. New act competitions and that.
Yeah, or even we get reviews at Edinburgh, and then you'll hear that they've become a bit weird with girls. You'll hear that, won't you? You'll be like, oh yeah, they're a bit pushy and strange now. But it's because they've never had female attention before, so they don't really know what to do. But now they're like becoming little fucking sex offenders because they don't know what to do with themselves. It's true. I mean, I won't
name names. Get that hairdressing gig. Yeah, the fucking psychotic gaff, man. Some mad gaff.
Like it's also like a shit bit of Scotland, Edinburgh. It's not as good as Glasgow. Do you know what I mean?
It's so expensive as well, isn't it? Like even out of like the run of Edinburgh, it's just an expensive place to be.
Yeah, I like it outside the fringe and that.
Yeah,
just to go for a weekend, but no more than that, really.
Yeah, I've got a mate up there who I go up and see outside the fringe, and it's great, but yeah, I fucking hate it.
London's got in small doses, like.
Yeah, do you come down much?
Not really. I do the odd podcast down.
I remember I bumped into you near my house. Do you remember you were staying near my house when you were doing your London dates?
Yeah, I was doing Top Secret, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Staying round his house.
Literally round the back. Bear in mind how big London is.
It's the King of Holloway Road, you see.
Yeah. I am the King
That's
of
how I got in that hotel.
I had a word. I got him in. But no, he was literally behind my. It was mental. It was staying in a hotel behind my house. Were you with?
Yeah, with my missus and Fionn.
Yeah.
Wozniak.
Mad.
Can you tell that story? What happened?
What?
I know, Jake. Sorry, I won't stop. I won't silence you or censor you.
Which story?
Jacob's a master criminal.
Oh, what I did to the barbershop.
It's one of the best things I've ever heard. It's so good. So right. Good. This.
So basically, I don't give a fuck. I live on this.
Sorry, Jake.
Well, he doesn't care because he can't get arrested now. But no one's fucking getting arrested. He gets so upset. Basically, my mate who I do screenwrite with, he's got a good job. So he's always worried that I'm going to say something that's going to get him sacked or fucking whatever. But I don't care. So I live on this road and, you know, as you were saying earlier, as I'm getting older, I'm getting a few more of these kind of like your dad opinions. Do you know what I mean? And one of them is I have noticed there are a lot of hairdressers, and I know this is like a right-wing thing, and I don't care, but there's a lot of dodgy hairdressers popping up near me, and it's like, I don't care, but it's fucking mad, right? So then there's one near me called Sinner. It's like a Syrian geezer who runs it. It's been there for like years and years and years. And right next door to it, and this is fucking, you shouldn't do this, right next door to it opened another barbershop. Like they fucking, that's wrong. Yeah. It's like a comedy club opening up next door here. It's crazy. You shouldn't do that. So this other barbershop opened, and I didn't like that what they'd done. They it's obviously not official, but they called themselves the Peaky Blinder Barbers. Right?
Sounds like
it's fucking pathetic, man.
Sounds like a reputable place.
Honestly, all the guys were like dressed like that, like flat peaks and fucking braces. Also, this isn't like Covent Garden. It's like a shit bit of London. Do you know what I mean? It's like outskirts. It's shit, isn't it? So it's like to be doing that there looks fucking mental. And so they're all dressed like that, and they've got all these guns in the window, like fucking like old sort of like pistol, you know, obviously toys or whatever. But it's a bit like in an area that's got a lot of youth violence and stuff. It's a bit fucking grim.
It's weird.
It's so. So I was like, just getting in my head about it because I walk up and down when I go to the football, and I often drink while I'm walking up and down that road. So I was walking up and down, I was getting angrier and angrier in my head about it. I was like, fucking Peaky Blinder barbers, we're fucking turning up Sinner. He's been here for years. How dare you fucking take his turf? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I started like sort of, because this has happened. My gym is like a few doors down from this Sinner barber. I kept like winking at him and like thumbs up, and I've never spoken to him in my life, but in my head I was like, I'm fucking showing some support for this guy. And he, for the first few times he'd be like, all right, mate, and then it's like, oh, it's that guy again, and then we're fully like pals now. Like I've never spoken to him, but like we're fully like, if I see, I'll fucking bang on the thing, all right, mate, all right, mate. Do you know what I mean? And then just because I wanted to show him support, and I told my missus all this. She was like, you have to tell him that's why you're doing this, otherwise he thinks you're like a wavy Dave. Do you know what I mean? You know, you get those guys that just wave at cars and they've got something wrong with them. She was like, that's what this guy's going to think you are. Anyway, so I was like, I was on his Sinner side, and I was getting more and more fucked off about the Peaky Blinder barbers. So I mainly did this because I was with my mate and I was trying to wind him up. But I phoned up the Peaky Blinder barbers. I was like, I need to speak to the manager. And they put me into this manager, and he's like Italian. And I was like, I work for... The most stupid bit about this, I got the channel wrong. I was like, I work for Sky Atlantic. It was on BBC. I was like, I work for Sky Atlantic. You're trading under a copyrighted name. We're going to be there in 3 weeks with lawyers. We want to see all your paperwork. If you want to avoid this, you can email me now, jacob@skyatlantic.com, blah, blah. And he was like, and the geezer straight away was like onto me. He was like, fuck you, you're friends with fucking Sinner. I don't fucking listen to you, man.
Oh my God.
And I was like, fuck you, I'm going to keep phoning. So I kept phoning. I got my mate to come on. I was like, hello, I also work for, like, we were making a big fucking play about it, pretending to be in an office, and we're like, we're going to be there in 3. And first thing that happened is it changed names. It was like they got it wrong.
The Sopranos.
They changed it to like Shelby's and Sons, you know, because it's Tommy Shelby.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, I'm not accepting that. I was like, no. So I kept phoning, and I was like, no, listen, Shelby is still, that's Sky Atlantic's.
That's so funny.
Kept phoning her up, and it did. I mean, yeah, as you say, my mate who I do the podcast with, he gets very nervous about this because it is a crime to impersonate a lawyer. So I am obviously joking about all of this, but they did close down eventually.
That's so
they did close. And now the Sinner guy, fucking, I told that story on our podcast. He follows me on Instagram. And the Syrian geezer messaged me after we put that up, and he was like, yes, my brother, I love this podcast. Yes, and I was like, yeah, man.
That's so good,
But I do see myself now on my little shit old road that I live on. I see myself as like...
That's such a coward vigilante, isn't it?
Don't go in. Don't go in and say anything. Pretend to be a lawyer.
Shit-ass vigilante.
That's what. But I see myself as like the kind of protector of the area now. And now I do keep an eye on what's going on. There's loads of stuff I do. Like I fucking... There was some fly tipping recently. There's been some fly tipping.
Oh, right. God, who are we going to call?
But I was kind of up for it because they were fly tipping. I mean, well, the other one that happened was... So we there's like an arts university, London School of Art. They got like a campus around the corner. And you get these fucking art students, and they're just like, do you know what I mean? They're mad. They're like 18. They got like fucking, they got purple hair.
Yeah.
Do you need to open that bottle of beer?
Yeah.
Oh.
That looks so fucking bad. That looks so bad.
What?
I can't believe you've just done that in front of a guest.
What?
I've just gone open this as if he's got a bottle opener,
no.
and he's just opened it on a bucket and poured it while I stayed there.
We're going to be telling people about that. Jamie Hutchinson's changed. He doesn't even ask. He just shakes the bottle at people.
I can't believe you just did that.
You normally make me do it, so it's just habit now.
Oh, God. In front of a Justice Warrior.
Yeah.
That's fucking... No, fucking hell.
If you do want another can, I think there is another.
No, that's all right, mate. Thank you.
That's insane.
I don't know why I done it. I think it was just habit because I had the bottle in my
I'm
hand.
saying because of habit. I don't do that.
Shaking
No, but I mean, like my own
I was
habit.
trying to, so I didn't interrupt.
That's
Saying chuck the fucking bottle
It's
over.
one step away from
That's what he normally does.
Oh my
Like, when we were talking before about how I got the job, that's how I got the job. I was just basically
him fucking
I'm just
clicking
on
you
his,
over.
yeah,
That's so bad, that.
beck and call.
Right, so fly
Oh,
tipping.
sorry, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, there was a fly
students.
tipping, which I'm actually. I changed my mind about because I realised who it was, and his mum's died, so I think he's allowed to have a little fly.
It weren't tipping there, was it?
Some old
Can't
dick.
leave that there.
Can't park there, mate.
By order of the Peaky Blinders. I mean, by order of Shelby and Son.
Can't leave your mum by the bin.
Sorry, mate, you can't be doing that.
That's got to be in a bag, mate. Come on, it's got to be in a bag. You can't, there's fucking dogs coming up and
I'm
down
from
here.
Sky Atlantic. You need to put your corpse in a bag.
No, but what the problem we've got is these fucking art students, and they look. They like I think like 10 years ago, if I'd have looked at them, I might have understood what they were doing clothes wise. I've got no idea anymore. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what they're fucking dressed as. But I was walking home. I mean, it was like end of last summer. It was like Freshers Week kind of time. It's like September, isn't it? You always notice in September, don't you? There's loads of like younger people in pubs and stuff like that because it's all fucking freshers. So I was walking home and it's busy. Everyone's trying to get home from work and whatever. And there's this fucking two people. And I'm not saying this like a weird way, but I can't tell if they're men or women or anything. Just long pink hair, loads of piercings. I don't care, but whatever, right? And they've got a tripod camera set up like that. And they're fucking... One of them's filming and the other one's just fucking screaming and shouting about fucking everything, fucking Trump, do you know what I mean? The full
so much
list.
angst.
Tories have been out for 4 months at this point. They're still shouting about
The man.
Yeah.
Fuck the man.
Fucking
The system.
George Bush.
Fuck you, Bush.
Fucking Iraq. It was all 2004 stuff. It was really weird. It's like an Eminem album, but they're just shouting about all this stuff, and everyone was like, "What the fuck is this?" And this is outside of the shop on the corner of my street that I go to quite a lot. And this person, they're screaming and shouting about all this political stuff, and then they pick up a pot of paint and just pour it over their own head. And this is like 15 yards from my house. So I just went and stood by the camera and just watched. And as they poured the paint over it and they keep shouting, and fucking Trump this and fucking blah, 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 blah. And they're sort of getting slower and slower. And then they sort of, as if I'm ruining it, they're sort of looking at me like, and then the person behind the camera is like, "Can I help you?" And I was like, "Can you help me?" I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I was like, "What are you fucking doing?" And they were like, "Oh, it's for a project." I was like, "I don't care. Like, I fucking live here." I was like, "I'm going to have to walk my kids to school through paint. Like people walk their dogs through fucking paint. It's gonna look like you're gonna be able to like track people where they're going." And I was like, "You're gonna be able to see where I've been tonight." And I remember they said to me, they were like, "Well, it's just the street, isn't it?" And that for me, that is, and this is like my most like your dad fucking. This is like, I was like properly. I was like, God, fucking kids have got no respect. Do you know what I mean? No, just the fucking street. I was like, I pay for this street, you cunt. I was like, I fucking pay council tax for this fucking street. And so I said, I basically, I made them clean it up. I said, no, I fucking did. I was like, you can't just leave that. And they were like, well, we don't know how to clean it. I was like, we shouldn't have fucking put it on the floor then, should you? I was like, how do you work out how to use a camera? And they were like, what do you mean? I was like, how do you know how to use a camera? They were like, we Googled it. I was like, so Google how to fucking clean the paint up. So they Googled it and they were like, White Spirit. I was like, fucking hardware shop there. And I went in my house, and this is, I was fucking ashamed of myself for this. I went in my house, and I was like, I stood by the window, just peering through the curtains.
Oh my God.
Just to make sure. And they went to walk off, and I was like, that way, hardware shop, that way. And I went and stood in the front, and I just watched them, and I made them do it. Because fuck that. You shouldn't be able to just fucking throw paint on the floor.
I mean,
it's fucked.
That's definitely illegal, isn't it?
It's fucked.
Yeah,
and it's also, right, posh little fucking art students, they will get away with that. If that's two little shits in hoodies, someone's phoning police, aren't they? If that's two little shits in hoodies, you phone the police. People phone the police straight away. Like, two little shits in hoodies wouldn't even be able to smoke on the corner of a street. Someone will phone the police. Fucking these art students with their stupid hair shouting about George Bush, like they think they can fucking do anything.
I live on a new build estate. This is funny. I can imagine you doing this. This is great. This. And they're proper like anti-fun. Do you know what I mean? Like,
What do you mean?
Kids playing balls.
Oh, are you in the WhatsApp group?
I'm not in a WhatsApp group or Facebook group though. And they're like, there's this communal hedge that is seen as like this fucking sentient being that we cannot have a
Don't lean on the hedge. Don't let someone. Yeah.
Unbelievable, right? These two kids playing footy on like the little patch of grass, just cones out, nothing, just like little dribbling skills and passing to each other. Not, a full-on brawl.
Yeah.
Literally, just real gentle kids, like 8, 7 or 8. The kids went in for a drink and this guy ran out, collected all the cones and nicked the ball.
Oh my God.
He nicked the kids' cones. It's so fucking sad.
By order of Sky Atlantic. It's hard though. It's hard. You get older, and I think this is.
Are you not scared of kids? I'm
I'm fucking terrified.
I'm so scared of kids.
I'm fucking terrified of them.
I'm so scared of kids. Mate.
Because we announced like a tour for the podcast the other day. We filmed this thing in Leicester Square.
That's really good, by the way. Well done.
Thank you, mate. And we filmed this thing in Leicester Square of like pretending to do that thing of, do you have a dream? And then I said that to Jake and he was like, oh, I want to go on a tour. And we made this sort of spoof video like that. But I'd never done anything where I filmed in public before.
Awful.
And there was these it's Leicester Square as well. So there was these like 10, I think they were like Portuguese, like Spanish, like exchange students, but you could see they were like little shits and they're watching us. And I had to genuinely say to the guy holding the camera, I was like, just keep an eye on those kids, and if they come close to me, tell me. Because I thought they were just going to fucking skeg me. I thought they were just going to... And I thought, to be fair, I was like, that'd be fucking funny. Some cunt there with a fucking lapel mic going, excuse me, and they just fucking skeg me straight away.
I had to do it in the street. You're still Ryan. He does like positive sort of thing. I was doing some stuff with him.
Some positive stuff, yeah.
And I was like, the juxtaposition of me on it, Anyway, just want to go around, ask people like for advice on being positive and stuff in the street. I couldn't do it. I was absolutely anxiety going through me. Like,
so what did you have to do? Walk around and ask
going people in the city centre, saying like, have you got any advice for the next generation?
How to stay positive.
It's like, fucking leave them home, man.
Like that, man.
It makes you realise that it's easy to look down on that, but it's fucking hard to do.
Oh, it's so hard.
Do you know what I mean? Or still Ryan or whoever, people that do stuff like that. It's easy to take the piss out of them TikTokers and that. It's fucking hard.
I've worked in call centres pretty much all my life. I'm very used to being called a cunt and, fuck off, annoying me and stuff. That's fine. Yeah. On the phone, because it's just the next phone call. Yeah. Face to face, it's brutal, man.
Yeah. What sort of stuff did you have to do calls-wise?
Oh, everything. I sold funerals. Sold funeral plans. That was grim.
Oh no, cold calling. So are you cold calling widows? Have you got a list of? Yeah. Oh fucking!
Just in the obituaries.
Oh no!
Just in the paper.
Go through that bit of the paper. That is fucking bleak.
I had a guy at the morgue. I had a little fucking link. It was co-op funerals, so they'd already passed away, and the phone was like just. Sort like the admin side of things.
Oh, so you're not calling them?
No, I weren't calling them for that. I weren't calling them for that line, no. But it could be a bit risky with humour and stuff.
Yeah.
But I've done like PPI, debt management, like real grim stuff, man. Like literally cold calling out of a phone book and saying like, if you had a loan in the last 5 years, we could try and claim it back.
And is it a scam?
Well, it's a scam now, but it was. Well, it was. I work for this company, this debt management company. So what they do, they pay like, say they can afford, say they owe 10 grand of debt to 5 creditors.
Yeah.
They'll afford £100 a month, and we'll split that £100 a month in a percentage wise of what they owe to each company. Yeah. Say they owe Lloyd's 33% of the debt, they'll get 33 quid.
Yeah.
So on and so on. So they'll pay whatever day they get paid on. So we get money all throughout the month. And then the 5th of the month is our payment run.
Yeah.
So all the money that we have, we send to every creditor for every customer that we have. We have thousands of customers. And what they used to do every year, this is so... When I found this out, I couldn't believe we were on Watchdog. The guy who owned it was my uncle, and he's been on Watchdog. His company's been on Watchdog before. You're always like, are you proud of yourself, Peter? All this stuff, right? They collect all the money. The November payments to pay them out in December. They used all that money for a lavish works do at a golf club. And then when it got back to January, they just emailed every creditor and just said, oh, Mrs. Smith can't pay this month because of Christmas, blah, blah, blah. And because it's only £8, because it's only £8 to that creditor, they're like, yeah, whatever. And they'll never know because the customer signs an agreement that the company will never speak to them. They'll only speak to us. Yeah. We're like their buffer. So you'll say, yeah, we'll just rob it.
Wow.
That's fucking madness, isn't it?
That's the thing with all these call centre
That's
things.
insane, isn't it?
It's so illegal.
But it's those people that you're not really fucking anyone there.
No.
Like, as you say, it's £8 or whatever.
Yeah, it's £8. It's,
But all the people you talk to when you do a call centre job, is because I did a charity one.
Oh, I've done them.
And it's like, it's people who've already given a bit for charity, but you're phoning up trying to get a bit more. Do you know what I mean? You're Mr. Smith, I know you gave £5 to, this last year, but, fucking UNICEF, we really need it. Do you know what I mean? Everything that's going on. And so, but what you quickly realise is the main people that give to charity, this is mental, it is pensioners, students, and unemployed people. Yeah. Innit? It is. I don't know. It's because they've got time on their hands. It's because they've got time on their hands to do it. So the amount of times I'd fucking phone, oh, hello, is this Mrs. Brown? Yeah, this is fucking 80-year-old woman. And you're like, oh, look, we're very grateful for what you gave. And I don't know if you had this, where they have to say no 3 times.
Oh, yeah, objection handling.
Yeah. They have to say no 3 times. And I remember the last one I did before, and I did the same as you, I just walked out and didn't come back, is I was doing it for the Tigers, World Wildlife Fund, I was for the Tigers. I was like, hello, is that Mrs. Brown? Yeah. And I was like, you just read the script. You go, we hope you've had a great 2020, fucking 2012, whatever it had been at the time. And she goes, my husband died last week, but because I'd been so shit, I had this like coach guy. There was like this sales coach guy. Did you ever get them? These guys who were like coaching all the teams to get you better at fucking doing the calls. And this guy was literally sat next to me, and she went, yeah, my husband died last week. And I looked at the guy, and he was like, so I was like, well, here at the World Wildlife Fund, we've got a really important message about Siberian tigers. She's like, okay. And I'm like, yeah, it's been a real cold winter in Siberia this year, and the tigers need extra insulation. And she's going, okay, it's just the funeral was really... And he was like, and the geezer was like, that's only the second no. Fucking go on.
Oh,
to just keep
God.
talking about fucking tigers.
You've got to be a special breed of person to do that, haven't you?
The ruthless,
That's
man.
insane.
But that's what they get these coaches, and they're like fucking Stephen Bartlett style, come on, man, we can do it. And they got fucking pictures of flowers on whiteboards, and every sale that you make, you get another petal on your flower, and if you get a full petal, you get a box of beer at the end of the week. Do you know what I mean? It's literally selling tiger insurance to widows. selling
Got
fucking
a box of Carlsberg.
Yeah. Can we buy a snake a new hut with the money that you've inherited from your dead husband?
Oh,
So
yeah. I worked direct line, like car insurance. It's not as grim, but you've got every call is an opportunity to sell. And you know how annoying it is. Like, people have called up just to change the reg or whatever, or change, and you upselling and upselling. You can see them getting annoyed. I mean, not everything has to be a sale. Why does it have to be this fucking world? You're coming into like motivational quotes and stuff on the... Oh my God, it's just relentless.
it is.
It's awful.
Imagine living like that. Like, it's one thing someone else saying all that stuff to you, but imagine just thinking it without someone... Do you know what I mean? Imagine thinking that stuff without someone telling you to. Man, if you get so much of it on Instagram nowadays, people who are like, do you want to make yourself more productive? Do you want to work harder? And every time I'm like, fucking no.
No, fuck off.
No, want less work. So can I ask a question over call centres, because you've both worked on them? Is it true, mind you, it's more if it's cold calling, if you're nice to the person, if you tell a person to fuck off, so say you call me, cold call, and I go, fuck off, mate, put the phone down. If I'm not like that and I'm nice, do you then take me off the list to cold call?
I do. Well, here's what I used to do, genuinely. When I used to cold call for like PPI, I understand it's frustrating. Some people go, look, I know you're only doing a job. That's fine, that's all I need. That acknowledgement, I'm only doing a job.
Yeah.
But some nasty people what I used to do, because I have their name, number, and often address, email address, I'd sign them up to junk mail websites. And I had a real homophobic guy, and I just subscribed into every gay bar in Canal Street. Just got because I had his email, so he was just getting offers for heaven and stuff.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's brutal.
It's probably like a closeted guy.
Because they're never gonna find out who it.
It's
who
probably
it
like a
was.
closeted guy who's got like deep-seated insecurities.
Yeah.
He's probably ended up bumming someone for the first time.
Listen here, you little, yo, just giving me a lot of homophobic slurs on the phone because I rang him to ask if you wanted something. Because I'd like probably had a bit of a camp of phone voice to try and get sales.
That's what they coached into you that week. You had to be really like,
Come on, John. God, how about your PPI?
It's just someone told me that's why I've always been dead nice to cold calls.
Yeah, because they're depressed.
Yeah, they don't want to do
They're
it.
in the middle of like a soulless 10-hour shift where every minute of the day is tracked.
Yeah.
Where you've got to like log your phone if you go for a piss, and if you're 2 minutes over, then
mate, and it does just like as soon as someone hangs up, it just rings straight away.
Yeah,
it just rings straight. There's like a beat, and it just fucking rings straight away.
You used to walk in, a direct line, and they had like screens of how many people are in the queue. So you come in and you're like closing your eyes and looking up, like, please be a low number. Because if it's a high number, you're like, I'm not getting a break in between calls. Because sometimes if it's quiet, it's usually quiet around December, car insurance places. And if it's quiet and you come in and it's got 0 in the queue, you're like, oh, I'm gonna have a little break and don't have to record a break. It's like cheating time.
Yeah, you get paid to sit.
Oh my God.
But
Ruthless.
we're going to have to wrap up because it's 1:15. So you're trying
Look at him killing our fun, man.
I mean, it's Jacob's
getting me to get. Well, it's me. I've got to go to do a gig.
Well, thank you very much for coming down, mate. Where can people find you?
Screen Rock Podcasts.
Go watch it. Very, very funny podcast.
YouTube and Spotify and Apple and everything like that. And then I'm at Jacob Hawley on Instagram. Very
fine stand-up. Go and watch him do stand-up comedy. First show I watched in Edinburgh Fringe ever.
And he's never been back.
There's a ringing endorsement. Very good stand-up. Very funny podcast. Go and check him out on Instagram and all the socials. And sign up to our Patreon while you're at it. £3 a month. 2 bonus episodes a week, including one in front of a live audience. We have a weekly live show. £10 ticket. Come and watch us pod. Raw podding. No plans. No quality. But it's fun. Come down and check that out. And I think that's all I need to plug this week.
Do you want to say why Tony isn't here dead quick?
Oh, Tony's not here because Trent's leaving and he was sad. He said, like, I can't, with all this going on with Trent and stuff, because he knows the family and that, and he's torn between wanting to call him a rat for wanting to play for Real Madrid. And he's caught in between two paths of loyalty. So his head's not in the game because Trent's leaving and he's 33 and that's pathetic. But he'll be back next week, I'm sure. Unless Van Dijk announces he's going. More next week. Love you lots. Bye, bye, bye.